Hello and welcome back to Chats with Max here on Burton Radio. I'm your host Max Salt and we have an impeccable show for you today. I'm joined by singer, influencer and musician BlondinCar, known formerly as Robin. Robin is video calling in from California, USA. Welcome to the show.
Well, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you, Max. And I love radio. I started when I was in college, I did radio and I was a DJ
Oh,
and I was a
wow.
music obsessed person. And I love radio. Because, we're all in love with human voice and it's so intimate.
It definitely is, yes. So, you've just released a new single, How to Be a Mystery, and I can't wait to ask some questions about that. Are you ready?
Oh my God. And, I did just release it a few days ago. And I just was looking at social media before I got on this little visit with you. And I saw that Cara Delevingne, who I sort of wrote it about, is on the cover of Playboy
Oh,
magazine,
wow.
which I barely even knew existed anymore. But she's promoting her new music. And so I guess she's going to all, outlets.
So, I've got a question about your new single. Is that okay?
It's very okay.
Okay,
Yes,
let's
please ask.
start. You have just released your brand new single, How to Be a Mystery. What is the message behind your song?
Well, I think I love female as superhero, and because I don't feel like a superhero, really, I feel like a very normal person, and I, I'm fascinated by. Well, I mean, the origin story of this song was that I went to a Hollywood party, and Cara Delevingne, who I just mentioned, who's currently on the
Yes.
cover of Playboy. Um, was at this party and she's so beautiful. She's a supermodel. This was probably, I hate to say it, probably like 10 years, long before the party was long before I ever thought I would be making music or writing my own songs. But I always remember how she just glided through this party and it was just her oyster, like the world is her oyster. And she just waltzed through these glamorous people, kind of like as though she didn't have a care in the world and could be whoever she wanted to be and could have whoever
Yes.
she wanted. And um, I can't imagine what it would be like to feel that way. So I'm fascinated by it. And so I wrote all these extravagant lyrics. I mean, the opening line is she likes her Manhattans made with glacier ice. And that's just because I went on a cruise in Alaska and they had
Wow.
glacier ice.
Oh my
They
goodness.
I mean, and you feel weird, but it's floating around. So they just
Yeah.
fish some out of the water and they put it on the table and they, and it's the clearest, most beautiful ice, and I never thought about ice and whether it's beautiful or not
Yeah.
until I actually was at a party and I was talking to this woman that was obsessed with having really beautiful ice. And she was always carrying around a big thing, a big drink. And I never thought about whether my ice was cloudy or not, but I guess these
Yeah.
big, beautiful, clear ice cubes are like a big feature of mixology now. And so glacier ice like became, and I almost felt guilty having the glacier ice because glaciers we know are becoming extinct in anyway.
Yeah.
So I could go on and on, but glacier ice and skyscraper glass and all the things that I imagine the superhero
Yeah.
version of Cara Delevingne might have.
That's an
No, you
insane
would never.
message.
How would you try to win a person like that? She needs nothing from you. She needs nothing from anyone. She likes you or doesn't like you on her whim.
Yeah.
She's not needy. She has no needs. She only has what would interest her enough to
Yes.
spend her precious time and her precious interest.
But what an
So I
in-
just love the idea of a woman that powerful.
but having a song written about Cara Delevingne is a very unique and interesting backstory. I think that's incredible.
Well, thank you for saying that. I hope so. I mean, it's just the truth of it. I love writing about people. My most famous song maybe is My High Gummy Girl, which is a song I wrote as a
Yes.
love
Yeah.
letter to my daughter. And
Oh,
I was thinking even like to me, it's almost a cheat because I'm fascinated by people. I would love to write a song. I could write a song right now about your particular bangs, your eyebrows, the way your shirt
wow.
is. I love noticing little things about
Yes.
people and to write about them because people are so fascinating and so unique. And particularly women, I fall in love with women and I
Yeah.
like to champion them. And so I don't know. I also am fascinated by love, but I try not to write about love all that much because
Mm-hmm.
everyone else is doing it. And
Yes.
I also am annoyed by women being all feeling like we're defined by our love life and whether
Absolutely.
we're in love and all of that. Yeah, I'd rather write about women being powerful or women being a stoner girl or like my daughter or whatever, you know. So yeah, and I try it, and I appreciate you saying it's an unusual subject because I think a lot about what subjects are worthy of a song, and
Yeah.
I'll be in the shower and I'll think about something and I'll just go, huh, but is that worth a song? Like, is that particular thought interesting enough, important enough, relatable enough?
Mm-hmm.
Like, does it matter enough to be worthy of a song? Do I have enough to say about it?
But I think you've got such a distinct sound and such a distinct meaning behind your songs that I spoke to some of my friends and my family, and they absolutely adore you, your messages. They think like
You.
I've got a friend called Connie, and I messaged her. I said, "BlondinCar's coming on the radio." She says, "Oh my goodness, I absolutely love her. She thinks you're an icon, a legend, literally adores you."
Does Connie follow me on socials?
She
Because I would
does.
love it if Connie would say hi. Tell her to say hi and say that
Okay.
that you mentioned her.
Yes, I will do. Amazing.
I love it because you know what happens to me now because I wear these barrettes that are kind of a little bit my brand. And
Yes.
when I wear them, people recognize me out in
Mm-hmm.
the world and it's so fluid. And, you know, I think we're all a little paranoid about the internet
Yeah.
and the virtual world. And what I love about the BlondinCar following and BlondinCar universe is that everyone's so lovely and sweet, like you, just like
Mm-hmm.
a wonderful, awesome, thoughtful, articulate, artistic person.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that on the sites and it's like that in real life. It's always like
Yes.
this fun person that comes up to me and says something really lovely and I'm always so happy and it makes them happy and the whole thing is just really sweet. So I love it when it happens in the real world, whether someone's writing to me or whether I
Mm-hmm.
run into them at a coffee shop.
I mean, even my mum is a big fan of you. She was saying, "Oh
Yes,
my
yeah, yeah, yeah. What's
goodness."
her name? And does she follow me on social
She
media?
doesn't have social media, but she says, "I absolutely love Hi Gummy Girl." So she's a big fan.
What's your
um,
mom's name?
Debbie,
Shout out to Debbie. And how do you
okay,
spell Debbie?
D E
D-E-B-B-Y?
B I, DEBI.
I.
And I've got something to show you. When Altavan first released, I brought the album on Amazon Music and I made a custom CD because I couldn't get your vinyl at the time. So hopefully you can see it. So I made this little Altavan
That's
CD
beautiful.
and
Very nice. I love that.
this little
Oh
flower
my God,
CD.
beautiful. So have you seen my new logo? It looks a lot like those
It does,
flowers.
it does. And oh, I'm such a
You
big
got
fan. I'm
design?
such a big
Oh,
fan.
honey, I'm so happy. That's beautiful. Will you take a picture of that and send it to me? I'll post it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, with your new single, how long have you been
I
working
want
on
to
it?
use that as a poster. I'm going to, I'm not supposed to talk about this yet, but I'm going to do some shows. And
Right.
I'm going to headline for the first time. And I want to make a poster and I want to use some of those. I love those yellow flowers. I love that you're using the signature
Ah,
blonde and hair yellow.
amazing.
Honey, thank you. That's beautiful.
So with your new single, when did you start writing it? Has it been in the works for a long time
Oh,
or?
that one is crazy. It's the only song that I've co-written in a really long time because long before I did Blonde and Car, you know, my story was I spent years in the film business and
Yes.
I worked, I climbed that ladder and I did that my whole adult life. And this is the last thing I ever thought I'd be doing. And then, and as gung-ho as I had been about it, I suddenly didn't want to do it anymore. And I didn't know what I was going to do with myself. And I felt I had never found my calling and I was always passionate about music, but I never saw any place for myself in music
Yes.
at all, at all, at all. I was just such a fan. And I, when I first had this idea, I realized I could write songs for other people. And I started
Mm-hmm.
writing songs for country artists. And I first started thinking I would never, ever, ever be singing anything. And
Mm.
writing for country artists and going to Nashville as much as possible quickly sort of segued into me writing for film, TV, commercials, trailers, writing for syncs stuff.
Yes.
And again, I was always the writer in the room. It would be a producer, an artist, and me. And I would try and write to them. I would write something that they would feel was them and led with the
Yes.
lyrics a little bit because often the singer should lead a little bit with the melodies they like and the kinds of melodies they like. And so when I was still in that phase, I met these two boys that they were from India,
Okay.
two brothers that had moved to America with their family.
Ah.
And they were living in Anchorage, Alaska.
Oh, wow.
And I met them at a songwriting thing. And I fell in love with them because the younger of the two had this beautiful voice. And they wrote, and I was in love with them and their writing. They were obsessed with the Beatles,
Yeah.
Billy Joel, and I fucking, excuse my language. I was realizing I should not swear on this.
Yeah.
I went all the way to Anchorage, Alaska to write with them for a
Yeah.
week when my daughter
Wow.
was in summer camp. And this is one of the songs we started. I changed almost all the lyrics and I changed the melody and I changed everything about it. But because we were going to write that together, I've kept their names on it.
That's
I have
incredible.
completely lost touch with them, and then I tried to write it again,
Yes.
and I couldn't sing it well enough. And then when I started working with JSOM,
Mm-hmm.
Melina Duterte on this record, I
Yes.
brought it out again, and I wrote a whole new melody, and I wrote a whole new section, and even the chorus changed. But I always love that line about she don't go west of Echo Park unless it's to the beach, because
Yes.
and it's such an LA. I guess the thing is I'm an LA girl,
Yeah.
and I hated it here growing up.
Ah.
Positively hated it. Was all the land of mean girls, and I was a sensitive girl, and I got hurt a lot, and I just felt that this wasn't my place. And then I went to the Bay Area for college, which is Northern California, and which is a place that much more celebrates, people that are not typical.
Yes.
And LA was all about conformity, and I didn't like that. And so there was something about, but I feel like I did and then I moved back to LA and now I love it. I love it for
Yes.
music. But I feel like I did my time here and I know this
Mm-hmm.
town. And it's all about neighborhoods and and there's something very knowing about that line about she don't go west of Echo Park unless it's to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea if that's how Cara Delevingne feels about Los Angeles at all. I just made it up, but I just think it's such a witty kind of LA-ish line. So
I
that's
think the single's impeccable. I've listened
Oh,
to it
honey, I'm so
so
glad. That makes
many
me so
times.
happy.
I
So
absolutely love
it
it.
makes me so happy because the last song I just did is the song called Bad Dad, which is
Yes.
much more guitars and it's grungier and noisier
Mm-hmm.
than anything I had ever done before. And the song means a lot to me. And I thought there was something so weird and funny and kind of cool about going from one to the other and
Yes.
hoping that people will follow me into both, because the whole record it's such a there's such a range of songs, but I don't
Yes.
think there's a bigger leap than between Bad Dad and Mystery. Mystery is like total pop, and I guess people are saying it's kind of disco. I am bad at genre, so I know it's
Mm-hmm.
a dance song, and Bad Dad is kind of a cathartic
Yes.
rock song.
Yes.
I got on All New Rock on Spotify playlist. I never imagined I would be on a rock playlist in my
Wow.
life, because I'm sort of anti-rock a little bit, although I think it's due for a comeback. But I just feel like I associate rock with the patriarchy and kind of a little
Yes.
bit
Yeah.
like guys and guitars and shutting out women and writing about
Mm-hmm.
manly things. And I'm kind of grumpy about it, partially because my ex-husband was really into what I would consider somewhat dinosaur rock. And
Ah.
when I was doing BlondinCar, all he would listen to was Zeppelin, the Stones, the Who, and like older rock. And it's all
Yes.
excellent music. I mean, there's probably no one better than Zeppelin, but I just felt like, hey, can we throw a synth in here somewhere? Like, get a little modern, please. Not that I'm so modern, I'm very retro, but anyway. Thank
But
you. I'm so glad you like it. That makes me so
yes.
happy.
But I also thought, going back a few minutes, you said that you struggled to conform to the town.
Ugh,
And I thought, surely now you're paving your own way. You've become an
I
icon in
truly
your own
am.
way. So,
I'm doing whatever the heck I want. And my new motto is I just want to do whatever is the more interesting path. Like the
Yes.
next song I'm going to release is so personal and it's kind
Ooh.
of intense. And I feel a little weird about putting it out into the universe.
Ah.
But then I just thought, okay, I could take it, play it safer, or I could do something weirder. And I'm
Yes.
just voting for the weirder, braver, more cringe, more unexpected, and possibly funner path
Yes.
every time there's a fork in the road. That's what I'm voting for. And because I'm not going to be around here forever, I'm going to die. I am old. I'm the oldest person all the time in every room, in every circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like using the word. I'm trying to make people not hate themselves for
Yes.
actually passing through time the way we inevitably do in
Yes.
life. But anyway, yeah, so I'm trying to forge new territory on that. I want everyone to not hate old people or being old, or even I was upset when I turned 17, which is how old
Yes.
you are.
Yes. Yes.
I was old when I turned 17.
It's strange how you think about age because you think, oh, well, I've entered a new stage in my life and I've lost this. I'm leaving this year behind. It's quite a weird way how we think about age.
Well, it's a really wonderful planet. I mean, as
Mm-hmm.
terrible as things are right now, there's just so much beauty in this world, and
Yes.
people are amazing, and flowers are amazing, and music is amazing, and
Mm-hmm.
we have so many things to be in love with. So, of course, we don't want to leave these things. And to me, a lot of hating being old is the dread of having to leave this beautiful, wonderful place.
Yes.
That's how I feel about it. I never want to leave. I love it here.
Mm.
I don't know if I'm easily pleased, but because I'm not easily pleased, I'm very grumpy. I mean, I'm very particular, and I'm not. It's not easy for me to be happy, but I do love this planet, and
Yes.
I sort of understand it. But I think it's bad to hate on old people.
Mm-hmm.
I understand a reluctance to leave any stage behind, and I'm a clinger, so I do understand that.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, are you sad to leave 17-year-old things behind? When's your birthday?
22nd of November. So then I'll be
Oh,
18.
so it's coming, and that's
Yeah.
going to be a really important month,
Big.
November.
Yes,
We have
definitely.
elections, and everyone must vote. Not in Europe, but here in America, we all must vote. Um, but so you're going to turn 18. Are there a lot of rights and privileges you get at 18? Sorry, I won't. I'll
Yes,
answer questions.
yes. We get
What do you
to
get to do when you turn 18?
drink alcohol.
And I'm sure you've never done that, so that
No.
will be an interesting first for you.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
Will you
So
just hang out at the pub? I'm trying to pretend I know your language.
we'll talk
Bit of both.
about Altavan, and something that I've noticed is people really want to get their hands on the vinyl. Are there any copies of the vinyl left?
Okay, there are.
Okay.
There are around 50, and I'm getting more precious with them because this is it. I could reprint them, and I've just printed what's going to be my next album, and I
Ooh.
did a much larger run. But my goal is to get to Europe in 2027,
Yes.
and I don't know how, but I'm putting it out into the universe. I love your generation's thing about, well, are you Gen Alpha?
Gen Z.
You're Gen Z.
Yeah.
Okay. Why are you Gen Z? Because you're turning 18 and right,
So,
because you're right before the teens.
yes, yeah.
Right. You just made it. Okay. Gen Z is my favorite people. I
Hmm.
love Gen Z. BlondinCar would not be BlondinCar if Gen Z wasn't Gen Z. There's just no question about it. You guys don't hate old people, and you are the loveliest, wonderfulest generation. And I'm so sorry we've given you such a beat up world, but it's still a wonderful world. And
Yes.
um, what I was going to say is that I'm determined. I love the manifesting thing, and I'm going
Hmm.
to get there, and I will bring them. It's really hard to send them. I sent one vinyl to Canada, thinking, how far away is Vancouver? Not
Yes.
that far. And it cost me so much money. I couldn't charge them, and I lost so much. I mean, I think it cost me $25 to send it, and however much I paid to make the record. And plus a trip to the post office and all of that.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, so I'm so glad, and it really does sound beautiful on vinyl. And
Hmm.
have you seen how pretty they are? Oh
Oh,
my God,
the
so
blue.
pretty. Turquoise. so sweet. I love that you know
I
everything.
know
They are
because
so beautiful. Every time I open that, and I bring them as merch to my shows, every time I pull it out of the inner sleeve, I almost gasp because
yes,
between the pink and the yellow on the cover and the black label and the turquoise and the white inner sleeve, it's just aesthetic as can be. It's so pretty. But my new ones are going to be really beautiful too. I haven't seen them yet. I'm getting them soon.
yes, amazing.
So but I have to get to Europe. I I
Yes,
I, I should have begged CMAT to bring me because she has an amazing artist whose name escapes me right now, who she loves. I want to say her name, who um, usually plays dates with her in Europe.
yes,
And but I want to come there and open for her because I love her. Watching her show every night, I couldn't be more, you know, just
hmm
fascinated. I mean, I would say I just watch it. I just take it in because she is
yes,
such a consummate entertainer. Her singing, her songs, the band, her whole vision, everything about it. Anyway, I couldn't say enough about her. And the only problem with being on tour with CMAT is that I have to watch the show every night because I can't not watch the show every night.
yes, yes.
And then I scream my throat out along with it, which is really bad for trying to perform the next night. But like I thrash my throat. Not a very pro thing to do. I should be backstage doing vocal rest, but I don't.
Yes,
Anyway, I want to come and I will bring my vinyl.
I
I will
can't.
I'll bring out the vans. I will bring one to you. I will get one to you no matter what. Somehow
Ah,
when I get overseas, I will be sending one to you, honey.
thank you
And you
so much.
when we finish, you just have to give me your address and I will get it
Yes.
to you.
Oh, amazing. Thank you. Well,
Oh, it would be a great joy to do so.
I can't wait for you to come to the UK. You are so loved here. People are
Oh,
waiting for you.
thank you.
So
Thank you.
when you do make it on tour to the UK, I'll be there and I'll come and see
Oh,
you.
thank you. Thank you. Well, what's the city that you usually go to shows at?
So the closest to us would probably be Nottingham. That's a big city that lots of people go on tour to. That would be a good one to go to.
I want to. I'm dying to, I mean, just like any music lover, I'm an Anglophile. Like we're so, your music is always the best, and we can't help it.
What sort of music do you like from the United Kingdom? Are you into like Pink Pantheress? She's really big over here at the moment.
I think she's stunning. I've covered her a bunch. I love her, and I'm so proud and happy that she's getting so much acclaim for her production. And I've watched that video where she goes, where they she turns it on and she does the song. I'm forgetting what is the beginning of it, and it's like the beginning of a phone. It's the beginning of a conversation, and she's going to shake hands, and it's the viral thing.
Oh
Anyway,
yes,
I've
yes,
watched
yeah.
that a million. Oh, sorry. What's the song? It's
Oh,
the one I covered. I'm embarrassed. I'm just my brain
it's
is
gone
not
over
functioning
my
right.
brain too. I've forgotten the name of the song.
And I want to say, we'll remember at the end, and it will be
Yes, yeah,
embarrassed.
we'll
I'll
remember.
be singing it the rest of the day. I covered it early and it did really well, but I
Hmm
could have done it. It's kind of funny with the social media business. Sometimes you catch the wave. It's really like timing thing is so interesting because it really does remind me of surfing because I'm a
Yes,
California girl.
yeah.
But what do I love? I mean, obviously CMAT is a major songwriting hero to
hmm
me. There's so much good. I love Big Pig. I love Fontaine's, a lot of great Irish bands, music.
Yes.
Um, and there's one more Irish artist that I love. And then who else do I love? I mean, Oasis. I didn't see the tour. I saw them the first time. Oh my God.
Wow.
I saw Oasis before any of you guys were even a dream in your parents' eye. Because I was obsessed with them when those records came out. I mean, that's one of the really fun things about music. Because, the fact that you can go see Pink Pantheress, the fact that you can go
Yes.
see Fontaines, the fact that you can go see CMAT at places that are not, I mean, I know CMAT plays humongous place. All of those artists play humongous places now in UK, but there are probably a ton of local bands that are amazing. And you don't have to be a genius to have seen, like when I was young, to have seen The Cure at clubs,
Yes,
to have
yes.
seen New Order at small places, to have seen, because all you had to do was be paying attention. I mean, and if you're paying attention now, your children and your grandchildren will be amazed at the artists you've seen, and hopefully you'll be able to say, I talked to Blonde, and I
Yes.
interviewed you too when I was on the radio, when Boy had come out, their first album, and at the time they were 17 and 18 years old. I mean,
Yes.
oh my God, I have a picture of me. Oh my God, I shouldn't have mentioned it because now you're going to ask me to see it. And it's so embarrassing. I'm wearing a t-shirt that is so way too tight. And I'm like all chest. And I'm like, and we were all 17. But the thing, anyway,
Okay.
yeah. So anyway, I can't believe I just said that, but it makes you imagine horrible things, but it's actually as bad as you might be imagining. But
Oh.
anyway, but it
But
just went, oh, and I pictured something blossoming in your mind. No, but yeah, it's really, really lucky to get to see the artists that are of your moment because
yes.
they are amazing. And any era, they're amazing. There's no era where there aren't incredible bands to see and
Hmm.
to follow and to care about and to champion, and that will end up mattering to people, and it's really awesome.
And I think that you're definitely one of the defining artists of our generations. Definitely.
I I hope
S-
so. I really hope so. I really, it's really funny because the reason I care about it is not because I want to be famous. I
mhm.
don't think famous is a very good thing to be, actually, and I don't even think about that part. What I
Yes.
think about is that I like the idea that I'm old and that I want people to not hate on old people and to not
Hmm.
think about old as being a certain thing. It can be
Yes.
lots of things, just like being young is lots of things.
Yes.
And but so I care about that, but I also, when you write songs, they just come through you. And I know
Yes.
everyone says this, but you really, they really do. In fact, it's funny because I'm learning songs right now for various show purposes, and I don't remember writing them.
Hmm.
I'm learning the chords like like someone else wrote them. And it's such a funny thing because you feel like you're this shepherd for these little things that visited you, these little Martian, songs that came through you.
Yes.
And you're it's your job to give them the best life. It's as though they're your children, and they're, people say my song babies, and I feel like, I don't really use that expression, but you do feel like they're your flock, and I do want them to be in everyone's living room. I want them to be
Hmm.
like a TV show, like in everyone's house, giving people a little feeling of joy or a little feeling of fellow, like, understanding, sympathetic.
Yes.
That I like to be a champion for the people that are a little sensitive. They get hurt by stuff because I do, and that feel things a little too much because I do, and that make people feel understood or a little less alone or a little euphoric, and and to make people feel a little bit seen.
Yes.
That's what I think I want them to have that life. I want them to
Hmm.
get to reach people. I want them to be in every market. Like when I'm shopping at, I should say Boots, but I'll say CVS. Like, I wish I would hear BlondinCar songs because I think they would make the shopping
yes.
experience more joyful. And I want them to be in malls, and I want them to be in restaurants and hotels. Someone once told me about a song I wrote that it reminded her of, she had just booked a ticket for her son to go to college in England somewhere on some
Yes.
exchange program. And she was on hold with Virgin Airlines for like 3 hours. And she said, it
Wow.
reminds me of the Virgin Airlines hold music. And I was like,
Yes.
yes, that's all I want.
Wow. But
I wasn't the hold music. I want to be.
that comment of your songs bringing joy is so accurate. I know as soon as I tap your songs on Spotify, I get excited to hear the chorus. I absolutely love your music.
Oh,
I think
Lanny, you're
it's
making me so happy. I'm just going to record this and listen to it. And in the morning when I berate myself, I wake up and berate myself almost every
oh,
day about that I haven't accomplished enough or whatever. I know it's terrible. Thank you. I feel the same way. It's like, why? I would never talk to someone else that way. And I'm working on
yes.
it. But I do I mean, that's my goal for the shows now. I'm going to have a band and I'm going to do shows with a band, and I can't believe I'm going to get to do this, and I'm working on it right now. And the goal is to make it so euphoric that your heart feels like it wants to
Yes.
burst. That's
Yes.
all I want in life, is to make music so ecstatic that, and hooky and just
Hmm.
beautiful and dreamy, that you just want to, like, your
Yes.
heart is just growing. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's what I want.
And for those who don't know, you don't just write your own music, you also cover music on Reels on Instagram and on YouTube. And my favourite personally is the Natalie Imbruglia Torn cover. I like that one.
Oh, I'm so glad. I love that song so much. It's one of
Yes.
the best written songs ever, and I had wanted to do it for such a long time. I'm so glad you know that. I posted that like 2 years ago
Yes, a
already.
long time ago.
Yes, I
Yeah,
did.
yes.
I did, and I was so happy that it was popular. I should do it again. I loved learning that song. I
Hmm.
there, it's one of the funnest things, and I love that it's gotten popular, and I wish that I were better at getting people who love the things I do on Omnichord. I play Omnichord, which is
Yes.
this 80s toy slash synth,
Yes.
um, that is a beautiful sounding instrument. And
Yes.
I play that and I sing covers. And, I didn't grow up learning every Beatles song
No.
on the guitar. So this is my chance to learn all the songs, and it's very interesting.
Yes, definitely.
Very interesting. The chords, like learning how much it matters when people change the frequency that they change chords.
Hmm.
Like if you have a verse where every time you come to the one on a new measure, you change chords, but then in the chorus, you change every half, or you change half and then a whole. Like, it's just amazing how you don't realize how much you're feeling that in your body. And as a songwriter, I don't even notice those things sometimes.
Yes.
Learning the Smith song, How Soon Is Now, that's a really strange song.
Mm.
I haven't posted it yet. I recorded that a long time ago, and we're just keeping it as a sort of a evergreen. But that was a way harder song to learn than I ever expected it to be. How Soon Is Now has got really, Johnny Marr is tricky. Like, he's an interesting, that's an interesting, because the chords change. They're interesting chords. They're seventh chords, minor chords, and they change at weird places.
Yes. And you did the Omni Classics 1 album.
I did, and
Um,
all I want to do is another one. Maybe
ah,
next year.
when you're sort of doing those albums, how do you choose
I've
which
only done
songs you're
one,
gonna?
honey. Oh my God. Well, I did, because people request things a lot, and it's very hard to decide. I wanted half of the record, so I released a record called Omni Classics One, which was
Yes.
full of versions of cover songs. Five of it was 10 songs. Five of them were BlondinCar songs that I wanted to do on
Ah,
Omnichord, and five of them were covers of other artists. And I wanted to do one Christmas song, so I did a favorite song of mine, which is by the band called Low,
mhm.
that was a more obscure song, and it's probably one of my least played songs, but it's a beautiful song, and I highly encourage you to check out the original song by Low, Feels
Yes.
Like Christmas. And the Blonde and Car version is beautiful. I love
Mhm.
how it came out.
I
It's
mean,
it's the best song. And so I did that. So then there were only 4 slots left. I had to do Save Your Tears by The Weekend, because I'm obsessed with that song and I do it live,
yes.
and it's really fun in concert. And then there were only 3 left, and I did Circles by Posty, because I
Yes.
love that song. And the other 2 I did were, oh my God. I did, oh my God, that's I walked along.
Somewhere Only We Know.
So only we know. I
Oh,
mean,
I
because
love that cover.
I mean, there's no more beautiful song than that.
Hmm.
And that's been pretty popular. And then what's the last one I did? I'm losing my memory right now. But people request things, and
Yes.
when there's a popular one, like I just did a cover of Don't Speak by
No doubt.
No Doubt. And it's a beautiful song, and it was very popular, unexpectedly popular. I'm really bad at ever knowing what's going to be popular when I do the covers. And that has been popular both on TikTok and on Instagram, which is unusual. Usually they are not in sync with one another.
Yes.
And it's at around 700,000 streams on TikTok, and it's at 1.1 or 1.2 on Instagram. So it's
Incredible.
still going. And people keep saying, I need a whole version. I need a whole version. And I that's in my mind, and I would
Yes.
love to do that. I just went on tour with this wonderful band called the Tulips, or a
Hmm.
duo, I should say. I guess they're not really a band; they're a duo, and they're incredible. And they covered that, and I had done my cover before that. I don't want them to think that I stole their idea, but I was so thrilled. They did that in concert, and it was beautiful. They sounded beautiful on it.
Something that
So
I Oh, sorry. Something that I really
now, do you have
wanted
a
to see
request? Yes.
is Cool by Gwen Stefani. When I hear that, I think this is so BlondinCar coded.
The song "Cool."
Cool by Gwen Stefani.
I don't think I even know that song. We
Yes. But
I
we've
don't
got
know it.
about 10 minutes left, and I've got something planned for us called Blondin Quiz. It's a 10
Oh, please,
question
thank you,
quiz.
and I hope I haven't been too long-winded. I get very
No,
rambly.
no, you've been
Ask me.
amazing. It's an
Oh,
honor.
are you gonna ask me trivia questions about myself?
Yes, yes, there's 10
I have no
questions.
memory. I have no
Okay,
memory. It's really sad. My
okay.
sister teases me about it.
So are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. We'll start off with what are the colours of the flowers on your album cover for Altavan?
Oh, honey, they're yellow. They're BlondinCar yellow, as I would call it. And I do love yellow, and my emoji is a yellow daisy. And if
Yes.
you want to know an interesting piece of trivia, not that you have the album, but I wanted to put that emoji, that daisy emoji, on the
Ah,
label. You get to
yes.
design the label as well as the cover. And those are copyright, those are IP. You cannot just take the
Really?
in fact, Google has one. That's why when you send a Gmail and you want to put the flower, it's not as good as the ones that are
Yes.
the Apple ones. They all own those. So we had to design our own, which we did, and we put it on the cover. And that is a unique BlondinCar daisy emoji.
Yes. Number
So they're
two.
yellow.
On which of your EP covers are you standing on a beach?
Don't do this to me, because I was just collecting pictures and I realized I couldn't remember. Is it something, what anyone would do?
That's
Um,
right. Yeah,
oh my
that's
God.
correct.
And I have to say, I love that song, What Anyone Would Do. And it's a very it hasn't been listened to that much. And I really love that song. I'm proud of that writing. I think it's a
Yes.
good song. Thank you, honey. I I was realizing God, I can't believe you're asking me that, because I was realizing last night that I could barely remember. I was pulling things because I'm making a website finally. So go on.
Yeah, I'm an OG. I remember 5 questions with Lynn.
First thing I have you ever listened to that podcast? It's very good. It's my sister.
Number 3.
Yes.
Finish the title of one of your songs. Want to wish you.
Well,
Yes. Another great song.
thank you. I love that song too. That was a heartbreaker. I was sad.
Oh.
I was so sad when I wrote that song. I'm so glad you like that. That was not a popular song either, and I love it so much.
Mhm.
I'm really proud of that song. And we had a real trumpet solo in that song, which I loved. I wrote the solo, and I had a fake trumpet, and then we got a real trumpeter to play it.
And number 4, which Keen song did you cover on your album Omni Classics Volume 1?
Somewhere Only We Know. And we just talked
Yes,
about
we
it. And
did.
I do love
Yes.
Keen. I love Keen, and I love that song. And I wished that they would hear it, but I don't think they ever did. And it's been covered so much. So
But it's such a warm song. It feels like a hug. It feels like a hug. That's the only way to explain it.
I think it's an incredibly beautiful song. It's not an easy song to sing, and he is the best singer. That
Yes,
singer
yeah.
is stunningly talented. I mean, he sings it with a full, I am a gentle singer. He sings it big and
Mm-hmm.
amazing.
Yes.
Amazing singer.
And number 5, what colour is your dress on the Short Hello and a Long Goodbye EP?
Oh my God. Showed hello and a long goodbye. I'm orange with polka, it's orange with polka dots.
Yes.
And I'm on an orange little tuffet, which I'll call the tuffet because I think that's a funny word. I love that. I love that you're so familiar with my album art.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and that song, Short Hello and a Long Goodbye, has been fairly popular, and I'm really
Mm.
happy about it. I love that song. And that's also a sad song. So yeah, thank
Yes.
you. We got them all right.
Number 6.
Oh, there's more.
There's 10. There's
How
10.
many are there totally? There are 10.
Um,
Okay.
which famous male singer's surname is mentioned in the lyrics of My High Gummy Girl?
Oh, Sinatra
Yes,
in the
yes.
opening line. I love that.
Is he someone that's inspired you,
Oh,
or?
I love Frank Sinatra. Well, I've listened to him a lot, and I will say that my bio dad, who was lousy, and I wrote a song "Bad Dad" about him, and he completely earned it. But the one thing about my bad dad was that he did have an artistic bent, and
Yes,
he was so dictatorial about things that he would always talk about what was good and what wasn't good, and he made us
yes.
discerning. And he was obsessed with Sinatra, and I think that in some part of me I kind of imagined that if he opened his mouth to sing, it would sound like Frank Sinatra. But I have
Wow.
studied him. I love him. I mean, what a beautiful singer. And not just obviously the throat, which is more beautiful than any voice
Hmm.
practically ever, but the intonation, his what he brings to the songs.
Yes.
It's I worship him. So yes,
Oh,
love
wow.
love him.
Number 7. This one's a
But
bit
my daughter
trickier.
literally said that to me. I mean, all I did was write down. And sometimes when I go visit her, I start writing down and she's like, "You're just milking me for lyrics." And I do. Everything she says is funny to me. She says funny, amazing things. Sorry, go on.
Okay, this one's a bit tough.
Uh-oh.
How many views does your most popular video on TikTok have? I don't have TikTok, so I had to ask my friend.
Oh, most popular views on TikTok. Well, I could answer that for YouTube because I have this Benson Boone thing that has like 57 million, literally 57 million
Wow.
views. And I will honestly tell you that when we did that, I thought it was lousy and we shouldn't put it up. So
Ah.
that shows you how well I can tell. But most popular on TikTok. Well, I always forget which is popular on TikTok versus Instagram. I know I did very well with that beautiful Saturn song by
Mm-hmm.
SZA, but that might have been more popular on one of them has over a million likes, like 1.1 million likes, which is a lot of
Okay.
likes. And
Yes,
I
it's
don't know,
insane. Well, the
is that
answer
the same
was
song or is it
10.7 million.
is which one?
For the most popular on TikTok.
Oh, and you're not going to tell me which one it is. Um, Most popular on TikTok. Oh, it could be Weezer. Weezer,
Ah.
that Islands, that one, is it Island in the Sun? That was very popular. But I also did really well with Clint Eastwood, not
Yes, yes.
surprisingly, because of the Omnichord, that being the most famous Omnichord song. And I always knew that if I ever did it, it would be a cool thing to do. I didn't know it would be popular. But I don't know if either of those, so are either of those it? Do you know which one it is?
No, I don't have TikTok, so I had to ask my
You
friend.
don't have TikTok.
No.
Why don't you have TikTok?
Well, I don't have any social media. I got rid of it. Yes.
When?
September last year. So I'm doing quite well.
God, that's so genius of you. I'm addicted to it.
Yeah, but I
And I
felt.
do love it, but it's also not probably, I would probably be a deeper person like you if I stopped.
But
Do you have a lot, and how has it impacted your life? Okay, ask me, we have
okay, yes, 5
five
minutes.
minutes left.
Okay, we'll finish the questions. Number 8. On Spotify, you have released one song under your formal name. What was the name of the song? We've spoken about this.
I had 5 questions with Lynn, and it was the theme song to my sister's podcast that she was doing for W Magazine.
Incredible.
And she asked me to do, I wrote it driving to my producer's house. I wrote it in the car. We turned it around in like a day. And I
Yes.
love it. I love it so much. And I'm so glad that you know it.
Yes.
I love that song. And it makes me happy because she gets very famous people and they all compliment her on the theme song.
Yes.
And I wish it would turn them into BlondinCar fans, but so far I don't know if that's happened. But like she did Quentin Tarantino and all these people, and it's cool.
I'm going to do one
Thank you
more
for listening to
question instead of 2, and then I'll let you plug your new song and the upcoming album so that you can tell UK fans about it at the end, okay?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
the final question. There's a girl who will not sleep a wink tonight is a lyric from which of your songs?
secret when you see one.
Absolutely. Amazing song.
Thank you, honey. I love that so much. Ask me the last one. Do you have one more
Okay,
question?
we've got one more question, but this is about views again. Okay, on Instagram, your video quoted, "My mum thinks she's scissor," gained how many views?
Oh, I won't know the answer to that, but that was definitely that beautiful song Saturn. And the thing that's funny is and now I'm remembering, I did Saturn on the ironing board and it didn't do anything. And I loved learning it. And I thought it was so pretty. And then we decided to do it again on the couch, just with me and Omnicord. And it was super popular. And I was really happy we
Yes.
did it again. And she follows me. And I'm so proud that SZA follows me.
Wow.
And it blows my mind. And when I had my old dog, Milo, she said, "We all want to be Milo." And I couldn't believe that SZA knew my dog's name. That blew my mind. Anyway, I worship her. And I just learned this is a song that I'm going to record tomorrow.
Incredible.
And it's a SZA and Kendrick song. And I won't say which one it is, but I'm going to do that. So I will plug my new song.
Yes.
And I'll plug my album. So I'm very proud to say that I have a new album coming out. It's called Glider. And if we're doing trivia, I will say that Altavan is the name of the street we lived on when I was little, when I was happy. And then we moved to Glider, which was a street I was less happy on, but that was my next street. And it was near the airport, and all the streets were named after airport-themed things. And so I was on Glider.
Yes.
And I love it because that's like glider. It's like I'm gliding through stuff. And so that's my new record. And the first single that I came out with was Bad Dad. And the second song, which just came out last week, is How to Be a Mystery.
Which is amazing, by the way.
I'm going to have a few more songs. I have wonderful features on most of them.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for you to hear them. And then the album Glider is going to come out in approximately end of October.
Yes.
And I'm proud to say, some album release shows that I'm working on right now. I'm putting them together. And my plan and my goal, whether it makes for the best concert or not, we'll find out. But I'm going to play the whole album beginning to end. And then I'll play for encore, I'll play Gummy Girl and a cover.
Wow.
And I'm going to be a headliner for the first time. And I'm going to have a band. And I'm going to do those shows in a few select cities. And I'll be announcing that in about a month. So it's the first time I'm talking about it publicly.
Incredible.
Is right now.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. And thank you for all the kind things you said. You're adorable. And I couldn't be more happy to be here.
Well, thank you so much.
You are absolutely wonderful.
I'll end the show, and if it's okay, can you stay on the line? Yes.
I will stay on.
Okay.
Thank you,
Amazing.
Sweetie.
Thank you, and see you.
Thank you so much for having me. With joy.
And I hope that listeners will look forward to the next show. So until the next show, see you then. Thank you. Bye.